Yeah, yeah. What they say? I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental is parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine.
Welcome to episode 52, the H.G.R.G podcast. Listen, this is a continuation of episode 51. This is where we got into the city foreclosure auctions. You know, DT told us a lot about, what that looks like, the type of money you got to bring there. He said there's about 400 people there. There's 150 people that really knew what they were doing. The other part of those people didn't know what they were doing. And we just want to keep deep diving into that, guys, give you the explanation on what that looks like and how you can take advantage of it. We know how to take advantage of it as investors. So listen, everything you need to know about, and being an investor and getting into these auctions, check out episode 51. Right now, if you're green and you're new to it and you've never heard about this before, stay here for episode 52 and we'll deep dive into it. And DT, let's get going, baby. Let's tell them what they want to hear.
Man. DT, you still with us?
Yeah, no, I'm here. Yeah. I honestly signed a lifetime contract.
Thank God you're still here.
I signed a lifetime contract. I'm not really happy with the Lance renewal, but hey, man, that's the best we can do right now.
It was the cheapest. It was the cheapest.
It's the best we can do right now.
I'm Buster Douglas. I keep getting up.
Veterans minimum. I mean, what are we gonna do? We try to get.
I'm Larry Fitzgerald, man.
No, you're not Larry. We tried to get Larry, but Larry was, he was going for a tad bit more, and right now this is not in the budget, so
maybe you can get Teddy for the cheap.
That's what I'm talking about, Larry. That's the Larry I'm talking about.
Yeah, 51. Teddy said no. Larry said he want real money.
That's what I said. Maybe next year, but
next year.
Maybe next year. So
maybe we get new owners.
So for the people that you said, because this is what you said in episode 51. There's about 400 people there. 150 people really knew what they were doing. They've been there before. They were seasoned. What about those other people?
Yeah.
What does it look like for the people that want to take a chance and they've been saving a couple dollars and they've heard about this, or they've watched this episode and now have taken interest in this and want to know what a city foreclosure auction looks like and what to do?
And
deep dive into that.
And is it a smart way to get involved?
For sure.
Yeah.
Is there a blueprint to this?
Yes and no. Obviously, always. Is there a blueprint? Yes, if you have the right mentorship.
H.G.R.G.club.
What's the right mentorship?
H.G.R.G.club.
100%. Is this the right way to get involved? Yeah. Especially if you don't know a way. I told somebody today, when you're not doing nothing, you fail. When you're doing something, you're winning. I want to get involved in real estate. I talk about it. If you're talking about it, you're failing. Actions, you're winning. Even if you fail, because it's a lesson.
Right.
So
what would be the benefit of going this route?
Right. Done right, you can win because you could find those steal deals like H.G.R.G found and our investors found. Done wrong, it could be a not a bad situation. It just can be a negative situation because you can overpay. And in real estate, we always know, even if you overpay, you always get your money back. It may not just be at the returns you're looking for immediately. So that's why I say it's like kind of a double entendre. Is it bad if you overpay? Not necessarily, But it could be if you're like counting on that dollar, to make your payments or, to figure your life out. If you need this $400 to pay your next bill, this ain't going to work for you. But if you have like a window, a grace, a comfort, a pillow, to be able to financially sustain the investment you just made, okay, yeah, you can win. It may just take you a couple extra payments, or you may make more on a little bit less payments, but nevertheless, the purpose of this second portion is I want to hone in on those people who know zero to none about how tax foreclosure auctions work or real estate, period. I ran into some people after the auction. Mind you, we are locally based, but nevertheless, we're nationally based because our podcast and media is like nationally. We don't advertise locally. We don't have a Rochester advertisement, and that's our fault. And we'll be on that. But
I also want to thank you guys for 17,000 followers, man. We got
Hello.
17,000 followers. Thank you, man.
Nationally,
Appreciate you guys.
Like that's super lit, super lit, super lit. Toast to H.G.R.G, what I have in the toast, but no, those people, out of whoever was there, if the numbers are 400 people was there, and 150 knew kind of sort of what they were into, and the others didn't. I kind of feel like we did them a disservice. We should have, and we will, make sure we advertise the information at that targeted moment for that crowd the next time it comes. Because I ran into some individuals that went to the auction, saved up they saved up $5,000. They went to the auction. They bid on the house. They bid it up to whatever they didn't even care. Whatever the number was that they were the winner, they bid it up. I'm the winner. Now they got to go. They sign the paperwork. They pay $5,000 deposit. That happened on Thursday. Friday morning, they went to the bank to try to get financed. Because they ain't know no better. Or they went to the auction with the same 5,000 they saved up, whatever that looked like, however they got it. They got 5,000. They bought a property or several properties. That's mine. I got it. I won. 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Before the auction, they went to the bank and got a pre-approval for 200,000 for a property. Went to the auction, they bought 4 properties for 200. Friday, they go to the bank. Yo, you approved me for 200 for a property. So now I know if I got 4, you're going to approve me for 200 for those 4. It don't work like that. Number one, it don't work now. Number two, if you win the bid at the auction on Thursday, November 10th, whatever number you won that bid for, 10, 5, 15, 20, 50, 100, 200, the balance is due on the 17th.
Thank God, because I was going to ask that question.
When
is the ETA on it?
You have 7 days from the day you win the bid to pay the balance.
So that means, to be clear, if you got it for 40,000, you put down the 5. In 7 days, you need 35 to complete that purchase.
When you say the bank approved you for 200,000, what type of loan is that? That's not a mortgage loan.
Yeah.
Is that a mortgage loan?
It is a
foreclosure mortgage loan?
No,
that's the problem. It's not a loan where they're able to fix up the property, and then the bank's going to give them a portion, give them draws, to fix it up.
Because our people, they don't know. They don't, and this is all due respect. They just said there's an auction that's selling houses. I want to buy the houses. I'm going to go to the bank and I'm going to tell the bank, hey, I need a pre-approval to buy a house. This is how much I make. These are my taxes. This is my Social Security. What will you pre-approve me at?
200,000.
200,000. Joe Schmo took that as
I got up to $2,000 of
I could buy whatever I want for 200,000.
Yeah.
If that's 6 properties, I just need 6 times 5. I just got to have 30 bands right now. They went and they took 30 bands out of a savings account, a shoebox, whatever they did. And when I tell you there was some real bread in there. There was duffel bags in that building. Duffel bags. 5,000. Oh, 5,000. When they walked out, next day they went to the bank. Hey, you pre-approved me 200. I bought 5. I need that 200. They're like, all right, cool. 30 to 45 days to close on that property. After you bring me a signed contract.
That is what I'm talking about.
Homie, like,
I got a $1 million question, man.
You got
a $1 million
know.
question.
No,
I got to.
You got to know what's going on before you play that type of game. You know, you got to understand like that. It's very basic, you know, but it's detrimental if you don't understand the rules.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You got to know the foundation of what's going on, you know, and that right there, not knowing that you have to pay within 7 days, or that you think one loan is like this blanket loan, right? That you can go ahead and just buy all the properties, you know, as long as it equals up to 200,000. It's just not true.
So, fellas, what do you suggest the player who's walking in should do?
that's a good question.
There's another question after that, but go ahead.
Lance, go ahead.
It's a 7-part. It's a 7-part question.
You know I got the 7-part question. You know what I'm about. Okay, you already know.
Yeah, it's a 7-part. Well, first off, you want to do if you check out 51, you're here at episode 52 now. You understand some of the properties that H.G.R.G purchased, right? So, like you said, you're looking for you may be, if you don't have a lot of money, you might be looking for that diamond in the rough, right? Like the one that you got for 27,000, right? So if you can go ahead and purchase a property that has a good ARV, right, after repair value, you guys should know this by now, and you're only going to pay 27,000. You only got to put 27,000 all in, and you're going to double the equity and whatnot. I mean, it can't get any better for a first purchase.
But that 27 is from where though?
What I'm saying is that, let's say you that's going to be how you're going to play. If you save up 20,000, 30,000, you're going to have to find a gem like that, you know. But that gem, even though 20 or 30 might be steep for some people, if you could save that up and find a gem like that, you've doubled. You know, your equity is unreal. You have what was it, 100,000? So like H.G.R.G did, you know, you found a diamond in the rough where, you know, you're getting something for 27,000, which is not out of this world for somebody to come up with, right? You know, especially if that's something they want to do and they're planning on going to an auction. I mean, it's not out of this world.
So they're saving up 27.
So right. You save up 20 to 30,000.
Saving up, borrowing, like whatever you got to do. Credit cards, all that good shit. Yep.
You know, all that, right? So you go in there and all of a sudden, like I said, your after repair value is 100,000, and then your rent is 12 to 1,400. Look what you did with 30,000.
So you saved up 30,000.
Why do you raise your hand?
Because I want you.
Because I have to call on him.
I'm be honest. Between Lance and his fucking Wella cup and you and raising your hand, I don't know what you're doing right now.
I want to be polite. So
Lance, yes, you in the black hoodie. Go ahead.
But when I come down,
so you saved up 30,000.
Yeah.
The after repair value is 110.
Yeah.
But how much money do you have to put into it? How do you get that
It
money?
was 27. It was 27 all in. No,
No, 27
absolutely
was
not.
purchase price.
25,000
purchase price.
Yeah.
Well, if you're stuck in a bind now, so let's say purchase price.
Yeah,
You have the purchase price money,
move the needle a little
right?
bit.
Absolutely, you have the purchase price money. Come up with that. Now you're stuck with a property that needs repairs. How do you get it? You know, I know everyone's heard of this before. Hard money lender. You already have the property, you purchased the property, you have all that proof to show the hard money lender, hey, here's what the after repair value looks like.
What are the details? What are the details to that? Because when you say hard money, obviously people are familiar with that, but they may not understand how that works. So okay.
A hard money lender is going to, you're going to pay a flat fee, right? It'd be like $2,000 and then interest on that money as well. Some may not want a flat fee and just charge you a bigger interest price.
Points or interest, yep.
Right, a points interest, however you want to look at it.
Yep.
And you're going to have to pay that. So you want to get it done quicker, right? You might have that for 6 months to a year. And obviously, the quicker you get it done, the quicker you pay it back, the better, the less you owe them. Right. But it's a way to get that done. You go ahead, get it fixed up, pay him out. You can do a refi cash out once you've done that, and then pay him out, get him out the way, and now you have your property.
Yep. So essentially, you buy that property at the auction, $27,000. You're all in. You save that up. That's all you got.
Right.
Yeah, that's your shoebox money. That's your savings account. That's emptying everything. And maybe you didn't realize it. Oh my God, I got to put an extra whatever into it. You thought I'm gonna buy it for this money and I'm gonna just move into it or sell it or rent it or whatever. And that ain't the case, right? So if you are interested in hard money, hard money lenders are looking for skin in the game. So if you buy it for 27, your skin in the game is your 27, right? So if the ARV of that property is 185, whatever the number is, a hard money lender is going to be super interested in that deal because you already have 30% invested in that property,
right?
ARV value. So they may be willing to lend you. Yeah, they may be willing to lend you 40, 50% of your equity up front, but they want first name on the title though. What does that mean? First name on the title. You know that piece of paper that says you own the property?
Right.
Whatever your name is second to his name or her name.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you can't sell or do nothing with that property unless he or her signs off on it. That's his or her security for lending you the money.
Right.
So if you buy that property for that 27,000 and you need an additional 30 or whatever that costs to fix it, and they're going to lend you that, of course they want first name on the title. So essentially you're in for 60 bands. Right. However long you hold that property, you pay interest only, right? 10,
interest
15,
only.
10, 12, 50%. So what that looks like is if you borrow 30,000, 10% of 30 is 300 or three bands. You pay whatever the 10% of whatever you borrow at that moment. So if you borrow 30 overall, but you take 3 installments, I'm talking heavy. So if you don't follow me, slow down or, comment and reach out to us, individually, if you will, through H.G.R.G.club. But if you borrow 30,000, hard money lenders typically do that in increments. They do what's called draws. So if you buy the property for 27 and you need 30 to fix it, you got to go to the property, demo it, clean it out. That's phase 1. When you're done with that, you call the hard money lender. They go to the property, they send somebody to the property to inspect it. Then they give you a third of whatever you're borrowing as a draw. So if you're borrowing 30, they give you 10. Phase 1. When you're done with phase 1 and you go to phase 2, when you're done with phase 2, you call them back. They'll come back out, re-inspect it. Then they'll give you another 10 because you're done with phase 2. You do phase 3, you're done with that. You call them back, they'll give you phase 3. So now they're all in for 30. Mind you, if you borrowed that money for a year, 6 months, 3 months, the day you took $1 from them, you're paying 12, 15% interest on that money. Yep. Whatever that number is, monthly. And that's only interest. That's not towards the principal.
Right. But don't be scared of it, man, because that's a way for you to
There's
get
no
out of
other
the
way to get the
situation.
money.
Right.
You
Right.
can't go to a bank. They're not going to do it for you.
So,
Right.
what it comes down to, guys, is do your due diligence. Know the loan shark that you're dealing with. Know the property you're trying to get. Know the numbers that you're trying to what's your number goal. So you can have that in line and then get involved. But if you don't get,
who's doing your renovations.
Yeah, if you don't know none of these numbers, just like DT said before, it could be a bad experience, not a bad buy, just a bad experience. And we don't want you to have a bad experience. That's why we're having this conversation.
Let's get to it. Fam.
One more thing. Also, if it's vacant and you're a handyman, you know it's DT, move into the property, fix it little by little for yourself. I mean, it's already paid for, right? So if you want to do it in increments, for yourself and start doing the flooring,
cost effective,
hit a bathroom, and you got a mattress and the TV and that thing, you're grinding it out. It is, people have been there, have started there.
If you're a contractor, and you got staff members who they struggling, they don't got a place to live, but you pay them $30 an hour, they make $1,500 a week. Their living situation is terrible. You just bought this crib. It ain't, you just bought it. So the condition ain't right. You know what? You tell them, yo, I still give you your $30 an hour, a week. I'm still giving you $1,500 a week, but live here rent free on your spare time, fix it up. I'll pay for all the materials.
Remember, you bought that property cash.
It's an option. You got options. There's a lot of options. Nevertheless, let's get to it though. So auction wise, homies bought the properties. They put the $5,000 down. They got 7 days to pay the rest in cash. They went to the bank. They realized that they're not going to be able to finance them. Now they're squirming. How the fuck am I figuring this out? Because now their biggest interest is, I don't want to lose my $5,000.
That was my next question. Do you lose it or is it refunded?
You lose it. Lost, gone.
Because they could have made that money that day.
If you bid on the property, you pay the $5,000 down. If you're not able to pay the balance in full by that day, no ifs, ands, buts about it, that shit gone. And then what they do is they take the second highest bidder and they go to them. And they say, hey, you were the second highest bidder on this property. The property's yours.
I want to raise my hand, but you don't want me to raise my hand.
No, go ahead, Bob. Two parts.
You in the black hoodie.
2 parts.
So
make sure you got 2 parts at minimum.
No, this is a one question. I put $5,000 down.
Yeah.
That $5,000, was it a fee or that was half of the city tax?
No, that is the deposit for the purchase price. If you bid $20,000 on a property, right?
Correct.
Your bid is $20,000. That $5,000 goes down towards the $20,000.
Yep.
Right.
But
so now when you go Thursday or whatever that date is to pay off the balance of the property, you owe 15.
Correct. I'm asking you.
There's more to it, but go ahead.
I didn't pay. I couldn't pay the extra 15,000. Right. I couldn't do it. So they went to the second highest bidder. Is he paying 15?
No.
Now you're paying 20. They're pocketing that.
No, the second highest bidder is paying whatever his highest bid was.
So it was 18. Let's say 18.
Yeah. So if Jerry won the bid for 19,000 and my highest bid was 18,000, when they call me, I owe 18,000.
Get the fuck. But I just paid 5,000. Jerry just paid 5,000.
Jerry's not me.
There you go. There you go. They get the double dip on that.
You motherfuckers. You motherfuckers.
You know what that's called? Government.
Government.
Called government.
It's called land bank. No, I'm just joking.
So the homies bid whatever they bid, right? They paid the 5 bands. They whatever they thought. And
They
this is my
scrambling
heart.
right
This
now.
is my heart's pour right now. Is the fact that they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Is the fact that when I described to you in the beginning that there was 400 people in the building, 150 people really understood what it's hitting for. You know what I mean? Like what the game is like. And there's 250 in there that they just trying to figure it out, trying to make a way. You know what I'm saying? Like for some reason, somehow, something convinced them that that's where they should be. And this is what they should be doing. And I rock with them for that because that's where they should be. And that's what they should be doing. I just need to figure out how do I get to them? How do we need to get to them? H.G.R.G, you know what I'm saying? To like, not just say this is where you need it, this how you need it, but this how you do it.
But you mentioned X in the first one of our students.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he did. And look what when he sat down with us, it was a whole different conversation. He was going to spend too much money on the one that he went into.
We cleaned him up quick.
But that's what it is. One person at a time, but the one person at a time is not enough because there's 5, 8, 10 are doing this dumb shit.
300,
it's killing us.
200. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. You know, I can't say that it's like a shortcoming because you know we produce the information. You know, it's out there. We do our part. 100%. But I think, and this is probably like more of a shit like towards us that I think I dropped the ball on more so than anything. We dropped the ball on that, knowing that auction was up, you know, coming up. Like, I think we dropped the ball on the advertisement of schooling people on how to even do that at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's fair.
That's passionately, you know, humbly to me. I feel like, you know, damn, I could have did more. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that, you know, this gentleman, bro, the man called and said, yo, I bought this house. Let me just be real. And I don't even know he wants me to share a story, but I ain't saying no names or nothing like that. But a gentleman bought a crib, right? Listen to the story. So there's a house, and then another house, and then another house. So there's 3 houses. There's one in the middle. His people own this house and that house. The one in the middle, somebody else owns. The lady passes away in the middle house. He from the streets. He gonna figure it out. She passes away. Nobody doing nothing with the house. He cleans the house out and just rents it out. He finds a tenant and rents it out.
No paperwork.
No paperwork. He been paperwork, but not real paperwork. He don't own the house.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He got no paperwork.
He rents the house. He been renting it for like, you know, a couple years now. COVID, you know, 2.5 years, 2 years. He took, and this is no shots towards him because, you know, he just trying to figure it out. He rents it out for 2.5 years. A property he don't own and has nothing to do with. He rents it out for 2.5 years, which is as foul, is wrong, is all the way not right. He takes this is the creativity that I wish that he would just put towards the right direction. He collects that rent money that he don't even deserve because he don't own the property for 2 years, saves up the $5,000 to go to the auction that he knows the property is being auctioned off at. Takes that $5,000. He bids the property up to whatever it is because he got to win it because he already got pre-approved. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He reaches out and in sincerity though, like, you know, he just don't know. He didn't know. He really thought that he could do it like that.
But I'm trying to tell you is he didn't think he could do it 100%. Is he thinks there's loopholes that I got.
Nah, I'm gonna
You don't think he didn't think it was a loophole? Go, you know what?
Nah,
Just grab it right. I'll get pre-approved. I'll go grab it at the auction. Bang bang. It'll be.
I already have somebody there.
I got someone there. No problem.
This is pretty much mine anyway.
Yeah, no. He thought all that.
Right. Like him seeing a loophole, like as if he could play the system, and really he didn't understand that you got 7 days.
Everything you said is right. Yep. 100%. 100%. Yep.
That was the nail in the coffin for him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. And again, you know, respectfully to him, bro, he knew what he was doing wasn't like ethical.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he understood what he was doing wasn't like, you know, legit. Like he couldn't go to an attorney and be like, yo, this is what I did. And they're gonna be like, oh yeah, you did right. No, of course not. Brother. No, he, you know, he's in the street. He figured it out. Like, you know, and I'm not saying I co-sign that, but that's his story.
Yeah, you're just talking about the creativity of it, though.
My problem is that I wish he would have said, you know, I wish he would have tuned in, tapped into, mind you, listen to how crazy this is. One of his homies are an H.G.R.G alumni. How I got introduced to him was because H.G.R.G alumni told me, yo, I got a friend that's in a pickle.
He's in more than a
pickle. And I told my friend that's in a pickle, if somebody can get him out of it,
it's us. Yeah.
So we get into that conversation. And that's how this whole shit happens. Mind you, if that friend, you know, and I don't know where his financial status is, whatever, but he was like, yo, I watched some of y'all episodes, you watched, but you ain't pay attention.
You didn't. Did not.
And when I tell you, you know, I invite him today, zero, nothing. We ain't got nothing involved with each other. Come on. Tell the people what I told you. How I try to save him. And I might still be able to save him. I'm going to, you know, we're in a position right now where, you know, we're able possibly to save him from that. And I text him today and it may still be in place where we can save him. But, and again, no shots towards him. This is really all for educational purposes. But even for him, you know what I'm saying? And I told him that. I was like, damn, you know, I wish he would have said, you know, and I told him what it's hitting for. Bro, it's, these are your options. Bro, do whatever you could do. Go call everybody. And I'm going to tell you how to sell it. Sell it this way. Tell people, whoa. I don't care. I got $0. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. I'm not trying to make $1 off of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think he respects it. We gave him absolute unadulterated truth. We'll find out.
So DT, if you had to, in a short list, for people listening right now,
yeah,
that may have been thinking about, you know, going to a city foreclosure auction, what would be the ground rules for these green people? You know, what are the rules that they need to know so that way they don't get caught with their pants down?
In any market, know your market, right? Know the values of properties, know locations, know rentals, you know, the market of the rent, how much you can get for your rents, right? Areas that are gentrifying, areas that are not. The terms of occupancy, learn that as well. Expenses, contracting prices, all that good stuff. Just really just know your market, right? That's probably going to be the most important part. If you're not in that area, if you don't live in the area in which you're investing, make sure you have a tried and true dope ass team. If you don't and you're looking for it, HGRG.club is that team. Tried and true dope ass team. Everything you need, boots on ground.
Miracles happen for you guys. Don't worry about it.
Like everything you need, boots on ground. Passionately, like official, tried and true, internationally known team.
Microphone.
Like official though, like for real.
And,
you know,
I mean, obviously with the ground rules too, what you were saying, what we've been speaking about, you got to come with cash. 5,000 for this one in particular. For this one
you don't though. That's a whole nother topic.
Oh,
you don't got to go to auction all cash
or checks or attorney's check. Yeah, I mean,
Lance, come on, Bobby.
You don't have to. You don't have to have cash.
That's why I don't like this guy as a host, because
what do you mean?
Sometimes when he plays like the oblivious ways. Sometimes when he plays like the oblivious, like he act like he don't know the whole.
You said there's only 3 ways that you got to come correct at the auction.
Isn't it obvious he does it on purpose though?
So you tell me, and you tell the people.
You know why that frustrates me? Because I believe him. Like, I'm looking at him right now, and I know I've explained everything to him, and right now I feel like he's.
You tell me the
even
3.
Yesterday,
you told me there's
and
3
the day
ways.
Before he got it.
So are you lying to the people?
All right, Lance, I get it, bud. Listen,
you said this. You said there's 3 ways.
When you go to a wholesale, I'm sorry, not a wholesale, auction day. I'm gonna explain it to you again, Lance, because I know today you don't get it. Yesterday you did, or
please do so.
You know, if you bid on a property, in order for you to bid on that property, you have to put down $5,000 to secure your bid on that. If you win the bid,
yes,
right. After you win the bid, you have 7 days.
No, forget about no. So maybe you might have missed something.
Hang up on him.
When you come to the auction,
Jerry, press N.
When you come to the auction, you $5,000. You said you got to go to the table. $5,000. How are the ways you could present that $5,000? 3 ways, correct?
When did that change?
Yeah, we must have. It was miscommunication. He's talking about have money.
Have money when you go to the auction. It's going to cost you $5,000, especially in this particular auction. It's going to cost you $5,000 to put down at the auction.
Right.
Yeah. So when you gotta bring that. When you mention have money, the audience and myself and DT thought you were talking about have 50,000. Have the money.
I said 5,000. You guys are not listening today. I literally said 5,000.
We're not listening because
I said 5,000. You suck at MCs. But it's 5,000 per property that you got to put down, correct? At this particular auction. So make sure you have money when you go to an auction, right? Then you have a week to come up with the rest of the funds. So that's very important. You see people losing their $5,000. I was going to make it full circle. You see this, DT? Those people losing their $5,000 that they put down at the auction because they're not realizing that they need to come up with everything in 7 days. And they're getting pre-approved.
Our point was, if you don't have more than $5,000, can you still go to the auction and make these deals happen?
Yeah, but nobody said that. That wasn't the top of this.
Okay.
You guys didn't say anything. I'm the one
that's what we assumed. Yes, you can.
We were going there, but I guess you didn't pick that. You didn't pick it.
I guess you motherfuckers ain't listening to
either that or you're
yes.
Play it when you guys see the playback of this, you'll see what I'm saying.
No worries.
The answer is yes, you can.
Yeah, there's a ton of wholesalers that do auctions, right? So people, there was a ton there, right? There's very successful wholesalers that did the auction, and they don't care. They'll buy whatever they care because they do research. That's the most important shit. Research per property. They'll bid it up to the number that they know their clients will pay for. For them, they're only invested $5,000, right? Then they know I have 10 clients. They're willing to buy properties that are, the ROI is this, the initial investment's that, ARV is this. Okay, cool. Yep. Buy.
Put my little bit of spice on it.
Yeah. There's a fee. 100%. I charge a fee. So there's a fee. There's a fee. Right. So there's that too. So, auctions are also so if you're an auctioneer, a different perspective, or a wholesaler, wholesaling teaches you need no money. This is a different type of wholesaling. This is a $5,000 investment wholesaling. Or if you're super dope, you don't even need the $5,000 because you can get your clients to pay the
Yes, sir.
5,000 up front plus your fee up front, to pay for the shit, as did I. That's what I did. So, I had them pay the 5,000 up front plus my fee. And if you win the bid, there's another fee on top of that. And it's not like, a money grab. It's not like I'm rich on it, but there's a fee. There's a fee that, and the owners, the people who are buying are like, I'm all set with that. Like, I don't have to be there. You did the vetting process. You know the areas. You made sure that I bought a good property. You made sure that I bought a good property for a good price. If that costs me XYZ, I'm okay with that. And it is what it's not like you're getting rich. You don't get rich off those fees, but it makes it worth your day. Nevertheless, you could do well wholesaling at auctions. So mind you, whatever we just said, it doesn't pertain to wholesalers, because that's a whole different perspective of an auction. But we want you to know that H.G.R.G sprinkles in that as well, as we did, because if you're interested in XYZ property for 10,000, 30,000, okay, cool. We'll go there on your behalf. We'll charge you this. If you win the bid, you got to wire the money. We'll charge you that for getting the wire, transferring that to the city. We'll charge you that for transferring this information to the city as well. And then that's good. Mind you, all of our fees are upfront. So it's, you agree to it. Great, cool. At the end of the day, you have a trusted person who several hundreds of thousands of dollars were wired to an account that, you have to be trusted for people to wire several hundreds of thousands of dollars to be wired to an account for just deposits. If you bid 50, 70, 80 on 30 houses, do the math. It could be millions.
For sure.
Now, those millions have to be wired to that same account that have to be trusted. That all is worth something. If I can wire you $10,000, and if that don't go through, just the security that you're going to wire me back my 10,000, that's worth a number.
Correct.
Absolutely. Yeah. Preach.
H.G.R.G secures that, verifies that, solidified. Hey, find somebody that tells you different. The internet is undefeated. They will never lie to you.
Well, you can't lie to it. That's for sure.
And if you do it, it'll come back. So,
Absolutely.
all that being said, like, it's a team. And, from day one, Lance has been, even though I don't really rock with him like that, but Lance has been the person that said, what makes H.G.R.G is the team. And we sell that, unadulterated truth. That's a fact. Our team is second to none in our market, and what we do, the way we give it up. Team. So if you pay attention, it's because for some reason you're looking forward to it. You want into a team. That's what we give. That's what we offer. That's what we sell. That's what we are. Family as well. But nevertheless, our team, honestly, we're undefeated. We ain't lost yet.
Yeah, we got a pretty good record.
Yeah,
like Mike Tyson.
Right now,
we the 72 Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah. And that's not arrogant, but it's real.
It's not arrogant. It's the stats. And it's real stats. So,
and when you're talking,
if you want to go off the numbers,
when you talk real estate, you talking numbers. It's not hard to be that. It's not really hard to be undefeated.
Listen, that's why we bring people on the platform all the time. So that way you don't have to hear from us. And I know we preach all the time, but here, give it to you. Has every road been easy? No, but we still bring those people on the podcast. Tell your truth. Tell your story. Tell you could tell them. We don't feed them a bunch of lines or questions that they have to answer or a certain way. Go ahead. Obviously we ask questions, but it's your answers.
Lesson to be learned in this for us is that, in our market, we need to be a little bit more aggressive. Because, and who tells you guys, who says this right up front, but we think so broad, because our ideology works everywhere. It's not just a local based ideology. It works everywhere, and it's tried and true in several markets. It's not just here, but we really need to hone in on our market and dominate this market, because I think we missed a window here. But I thank God that, you know, we're in tune and we're tapped in. Those people from our market are reaching out afterwards.
Right.
But I feel like we should have been beforehand so that we could have capitalized on that.
That's
but
how
nevertheless,
raw
you know, we
that's
still,
how raw this podcast is, man. Is
Right.
that we're sitting here talking about how we missed the window. You don't never hear that. You don't never hear everybody's perfect. You know, we're talking as if you guys are not listening.
Yeah.
You know, and we did miss a window. You know, we didn't talk about, you know, city foreclosure auctions, you know, and we let it pass, you know, instead of doing the episode before it happened to go, hey, listen, remember, bring cash. It's gonna cost $5,000. You got to put down. Remember, after that, you need a week.
Don't go to the bank.
Right. You know, don't go to the bank. Go get pre-approved for a mortgage, because you can't use it here. You can't buy 5 properties.
Yeah.
You know, that add up to 200,000 and use it like that. It's and it doesn't take 7 days.
Yeah,
it takes more like 30 to 45.
Yeah,
you know, it's just, you know, there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
You know,
well, these 2 episodes with a lot of information, man.
For sure.
A lot of information, and stuff that people really don't talk about. We really touched on stuff that people do not talk about, or scared to talk about, or don't want to tell you because they want it for themselves. No, it's enough for everybody to eat.
Yeah.
So,
and if it doesn't apply, you know, in every city, in every government, there's tax foreclosures, 1,000%, 100%. Like, that's a fact. If our rules, because every state, you know, jurisdiction is different. Nevertheless, tune in, tap into, figure out, to dig into your market's tax foreclosure auction, whether it's city or county. County in our market is like at a footsteps of a county building, and, you know, maybe 10 properties at a time. City is going to be a little bit more, you know, formulated in a ballroom, you know, a lot of more people, whatever the case may be. But nevertheless, look into your city, your town, do your homework. There's deals there. You know, one thing I'll say to finish off, and I wanted to get deeper into this, but I think this is like perfect. A lot of times in city tax foreclosure auctions or county tax, people get into pissing contests, right? People go there with like statures and dollar amounts on their jackets. You know, when they walk into the building, they want people to understand, I am, you know, $100,000 guy. I'm $1 million guy, right? So when I start bidding on a property, I expect you to respect me, because you know my pockets are deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they carry themselves like, and they bid like that, and they overbid properties just to make sure that they solidify that I piss further than you do. You know what I'm saying? Don't get involved with that, man. Don't get into that. Be strategic, man. Do not get personal about a property. At the end of the day, it's a business. Would you pay $10,000 for a Nissan Altima, or would you pay 11.2? Would you pay 10.4? Would you pay 12.4? Like, you know, have a number. Whatever your property's worth is worth. I don't care who's bidding on it. You stop at your number. Your number is your number, because that's your analysis. When you go past that, it's ego.
Yes, sir.
Real estate don't pay ego.
Bad business.
Yeah, real estate don't pay egos.
Fact.
And the numbers don't match up, bro.
Real estate pays bills, not egos.
Correct.
That's right. Listen, once again, guys, I hope you guys got the information you needed. Once again, we want to bring another topic to you that we don't really hear much when we listen to podcasts.
Have you ever heard on podcasts about an auction?
I
probably got to dive deeper, but I've really never heard one about it. But I think that's
nothing that is in depth that we got into.
My bad, I don't mean to sidetrack, but I just never really heard that. But I probably got to dive deeper. But
so you know what that means?
Touch on it again in the future.
You know what that means? Subscribe to H.G.R.G.club. Subscribe.
Make sure you
follow us on every platform: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
That's it. See you on the other side.
Salute.
Yeah. Yeah. What they say? I'm so divine, I'm so divine. Imperfection, perfection, my presence shines. My mental's parasailing maritime. They say I'm destined to read the palm line. Yeah, I'm so divine.